What's going on, Capricorn? Welcome to your reading for the full moon in Gemini. Yes, this is the last full moon of the year. It will peak on December 4th. The energy's potent 3 days before and 3 days after, but the peak is on the 4th. So this is going to inspire some deep conversations. Gemini is about communication. Could kick off some, creative ideas. It can also help you to explore different viewpoints, just an overall new perspective with these conversations that you may be having. What I want to do is I want to find out what area of your life is this going to affect. What do we have for Capricorn, please? Full moon in Gemini. Okay, so we've got South Node, and we have 8th house. Oh man, that's funny. It just did Taurus, and Taurus is the 8th house. So this is joint assets, sex, transformation, inheritances. South Node, that's your past life. Things you've already mastered. It's comfort zone. It can be what you're leaving behind too. You could finally be leaving something behind when it comes to your 8th house. So maybe you're transforming yourself. Maybe you're ready to leave a comfort zone. And, you're ready to step into your purpose. What's going on? Give me more. Can I get more on this situation, please, Spirit? Okay, get a couple extra card. Another extra card. So I almost get this feeling here so we've got the bounty hunter, receipts, insatiable, and threatened. So I almost feel like you have the proof you need to go after what it is that you want. So, Capricorn, you are a hard worker. You're very productive. You have a lot of ambition. There's something you really want. You can taste it. And I think you used to feel like you weren't good enough to go after what it was that you wanted. Okay? So you may have felt very much stuck in your South Node. Okay? Very comfortable with what you mastered in a past life. And, I think you've been hiding yourself. Even though there's something you can't get enough of, it's like, all right, I almost feel like you want to prove it to yourself. Okay, that you can go after what this is. Can we get more on this, please? What is this, please? Can we get more on what this is for Capricorn? Well, you get all these extra cards. What's going on here? So the energies that are coming out is Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Leo. That is the energy. But we have a lot of twosies, right? So we've got the flamingos. This is soulmates and lovers, and this is union, dating, long-term potential, right? Finding the person that, you see how the two flamingos are creating that heart. So it's, and here we've got the tandem bicycle, right? Where two people are in sync, right? It's a partnership. It's equal, right? So there's two people on the tandem bike there. They're both equally pedaling that bicycle. So this is you in pursuit of, I feel, a correct relationship that works in tandem. Okay, it's a duo, it's a togetherness. Okay, it's a collaboration, working together, being in the lover's connection. And I feel you've taken some time to reflect on this with the fishing pole here. Okay, Virgo energy is, self-improvement. And I think here with the checkered flag, you're like, okay, I'm coming down the home stretch now. Okay, I'm ready to achieve and go after a true connection where it's 50-50. We are working together. Okay, it is a lover's connection. It's my friend, my lover. It's my everything. You're ready to go explore and find this partner. And I think you're like, with the bounty hunter, you see it's the two dogs. One dog has a stick in its mouth, the other one's chasing it. And I think you're like, this is what I want. I am extremely thirsty for this. I don't want anything that's just a hookup. Okay? I don't want, a connection where one person's doing all the work and one person's not. I want us to be aligned. The main thing here, I think, Capricorn, for you is you realize that you might have been in a connection with somebody that was from a past life. And those connections can be difficult at times, right? So, if it's a past life connection where maybe something wasn't finished, could have been, you and another person, you may have been in a connection with them and the expectation was maybe you were going to get married. And in that past life, you didn't get married. You've connected with that person in this lifetime and it still didn't happen. So that person from the past life, it's the same scenario that's come over to this lifetime. And I think you're like, okay, all right, I get it. All right, we didn't have anything substantial in the last lifetime, the previous. Okay, I get it. In this lifetime, it's not going to happen. All right, cool. I'm catching on to it. I'm done. Guess what? I'm going to find that connection where there is potential to go further and synchronize and collaborate and be together and align, because you're possibly not aligning from somebody in this lifetime that you've met. So can we get more on? Tell me about the past life connection. Okay. Two of Wands. Oh, Devil. Yeah. Capricorn energy, and then we've got Aries energy. Yeah, Wheel of Fortune. Definitely a karmic, it was definitely a karmic connection. Especially with Jupiter. With Jupiter here, it was definitely a past life connection. It was not healthy. You're realizing it's not healthy in this lifetime either. It's almost as if the person from the past life had a choice in which path they wanted to take. And they may have had, addictions. It may have been, just codependency. They may have been codependent on somebody else. And so that's why you two could not actually have that true connection in this lifetime. So, and it may happen in the next lifetime. And that's just how it goes. It, again, it takes two parties to be able to make it work. And if you're dealing with, again, we've got, like I said, we've got Pisces, Virgo, Taurus, Leo, Aries, Capricorn. Yeah. Could be any of those signs. It doesn't have to be, you could have these signs in your chart as well, but it's almost as if there was something holding them back from actually being in that lover's connection with you, that true partnership. And, the karma has not cleared out that other person. And it's carried over. And you're like, okay, all right, well, I'm done wearing the mask, okay? I'm done, with the, appearance of possibly coming together. You don't want the appearance. You want it to come together. You want this person to do the work. The problem is they have to do the work on their own. So they're probably still very much hung up in a karmic cycle in this lifetime again, to where I feel you've done the self-evaluation, the Virgo energy, the inner reflection. You're learning, okay, well, I want to work with somebody. I want to collaborate. You know, I want two people on the bicycle working together. And that person just isn't going to do it. So can we get something on, you know, if we can we get something on a new connection? Or what's, you know, tell me about the next connection that's due to come in. How about that? Tell me about the next connection due to come in for Capricorn. Three of Wands. That's the expansion, growth. Two of Pentacles in reverse. The High Priestess. So they could have Pisces. It could be a Pisces. There was Pisces here on the flamingos, the lovers, the union, and the soulmate. So it could be a Pisces. It is somebody that is very much been waiting for their true partner to come in. They are, they have a spiritual side to them. They're not ones to juggle you with anybody else. So they are, with the Three of Wands, they are very much intuitively knowing what they want as well. They're not willing to juggle like this person. This person's codependent on something. Now, it could be another person, but it could be, you know, some sort of an addiction, something they're not ready to give up in order to be in a connection with you. And so this person's not willing to juggle anything, right? So when the Two of Pentacles is in the upright, you know, they can be a little, you know, juggly. I'm too busy for you. I've got too much going on. Where here, I feel in the reverse, they're like, no, I don't want to juggle. I know what I want, and I'm waiting for it to come in as well. And I intuitively know what I want, and I do feel this is somebody who is on a spiritual path. Okay. If I can get it. Oh my. So let's get a angel number here for Capricorn. You're getting a lot of cards today, Capricorn. I mean, you're getting a little Four of Pentacles over here, a little greedy with cards. 2121. Energy levels, prosperity, harmony, journey, patience, discipline, focus, trust, relationships. This is very much you, Capricorn, because you can be very disciplined, and you're very much having patience. So the day you've been waiting for is on its way. Oh, Oh, remember I said the person coming in was waiting for their ships to come in? I think that's why there's so many cards coming out. This card, I think, is for them. Maintain your discipline and move closer to your ultimate goal. There's no need to overextend yourself. Two of Pentacles. Remember I said, they're busy in the upright, got too much going on, juggling other people, juggling other projects, jobs, whatever, hobbies, they're just busy, wiffle wobble. I don't know. In the reverse, they're like, nope. I know I'm not going to overextend myself. I'm going to leave room in my life for a relationship. So guard your energy to stay focused. Your efforts will pay off. Remember, it's a climb, not an elevator ride. So this person's gone through, a lot of obstacles themselves. They've probably come across a lot of karmic relationships as well, to where they weren't ready. And here we have 30303, taking chances. This is your energy because you were ready to prove to yourself that you can go after what it was that you want. That's taking a chance and letting go of a connection from a past life that just isn't happening in this life. Cool. You want the balance, so here's the balance. The boundaries, you're putting the boundaries up. Serenity and protection, communication, awareness, taking a moment to observe the people around you. So you're observing this. You're realizing this person isn't going to pick the path that you're on. They're leaving that path behind because they're still stuck in devil energy. So you're observing the people around you in your environment and your health. This is a gentle reminder to stay cautious and alert to prevent any future issues. Prioritize clear communication and maintain healthy boundaries to ensure of your well-being. So this person could still want that, my ear's ringing. My left ear's ringing. Could still want to be connected to you, but not truly give you what it is that you want, which is what you were supposed to do in the past lifetime. And, Spirit's like, maintain your boundaries with this. Go in pursuit of what it is that you want and don't wait on this person. Don't allow them to hold you down while you have somebody who's ready to ride on that bicycle with you. Okay? All right, Capricorn. So maybe, you're going to have a little bit more time for a relationship and not so much worky. Okay. That's good. I love that for you, Capricorn, because Capricorn's my Venus. I get that. When you're, into a job, you're into your job. You work hard, and when you're in a relationship, you want to put the work in. What you say you're going to do, you do. And this person wasn't quite there. So you were putting in your 5, but they weren't quite putting in their 5. But I think they still want you to hang around. And Spirit's like, don't keep the boundaries up. Go enjoy a relationship to where somebody's ready to put that time in to you and who is not too busy for you. Okay? All right, Capricorn. I hope this was helpful. Much love and light. I will talk to you soon.